Attention Eagles fans, a whirlwind of questions begins to circle around the corner for the 2025 season, and the backstage atmosphere is tenser than ever. Between unexpected decisions promising to change the team's dynamic and names reappearing on the radar for possible returns, what could be a simple move is showing to be a real turning point in the Eagles' defense. Who will be the protagonist of this upheaval? The rivals' reactions and the fans' anxiety only increase. Welcome! Show your support for the Eagles by reaching 100 likes on today's video. The first news we will unpack features safety Andrew Mukuba, a young promise picked in the 2025 second round, who has become one of the hopes to fill the gap left by C.J. Gardner-Johnson's departure. Mukuba, however, has struggled at the start of training camp due to a shoulder injury, causing him to miss important practices and delaying his adaptation process to the NFL. This situation worries not only the coaches, but also the fans, who understand the importance of a solid defensive backfield for the Eagles. The coaching staff, led by defensive coordinator Vic Fangio, was clear in highlighting the importance of physical reps for the players, especially for a rookie still trying to familiarize himself with the defensive system's complexity. Fangio emphasized that, although mental reps and meetings are fundamental, they never replace the practical experience the player gains on the field. This statement underlines how serious Mukuba's absence is and suggests the team might be looking for quick solutions to avoid bigger problems in the sector. Here's where a name has been circulating backstage, reigniting hopes among fans. Justin Simmons, a four-time All-Pro and former player under Fangio's command. Simmons expressed interest in a possible return to the Eagles and has been pointed out as an excellent option to reinforce the safety group, especially due to his experience in the coordinator's defensive system. His potential comeback stirs emotions and sparks discussions about management's priorities in free agency, showing the team is willing to act to not compromise defensive performance. This scenario's context is particularly delicate for the Eagles, who, after trading Gardner-Johnson and facing some uncertainties at the safety position, need to ensure starters can play without limitations. Sidney Brown appears as a promising piece, but with only 11 games played last season, uncertainty remains. Mukuba's situation, initially seen as a future bet, becomes a crucial point in the team's immediate planning. If the injury persists, Simmons' return ceases to be just a wish and becomes a necessity. It's worth remembering that, in the recent past, the Eagles showed the ability to pointedly reinforce when demanded. The move to sign Simmons would indicate a proactive posture from management and a clear sign that the season does not tolerate improvisation, especially in a defensive group pivotal to Coach Nick Sirianni's game strategy. The fans, in turn, view this potential signing positively, as it involves a high-level athlete capable of increasing competitiveness and bringing leadership to the locker room. Despite hopes centered on Simmons, time does not stop, and the window for adjustments is short. The second round of the season is approaching, and the Eagles' defense must be ready to face increasingly strong offensive opponents. What once a long-term issue gains urgency, because lacking a reliable safety could create critical gaps that experienced rivals will surely try to exploit. Pressure mounts on coaches to make right and fast decisions, safeguarding the team's integrity. In this scenario, management is also closely watching the free agency market, seeking not only immediate solutions, but aiming for a sustainable future. Bringing back Simmons would provide stability and system knowledge, minimizing adaptation time, which is a differential for a team with title ambitions. Financial concerns and salary cap impact will be decisive, but the main focus seems to be assembling a balanced and competitive roster, not to lose last season's momentum. While speculation swirls and the market heats up, Eagles fans remain attentive, split between trusting the young roster and pushing for reinforcements to guarantee a solid defense. The absence of a weighty veteran could be costly in decisive games, and the timing of the potential signing is critical to maximize competitive advantage. Between expectations and fears, the market becomes the stage where this defensive saga will be resolved. Now, linking to the second topic we'll address, the issue of valuing and trade value of the Eagles stars comes into play. Here, quarterback Jalen Hurts surfaces, a fundamental piece gaining attention from specialists and executives across the league. His ability to lead the offense and the aura he exudes in the team place him among the best, but also trigger debates about how much he'd be worth in a potential trade. What does this mean for the Eagles' future? The Eagles possess other stars who are true NFL gems, such as defensive tackle Jalen Carter, considered almost an asset due to the difficulty he causes for opposing offensive lines. Carter's statistics may not be spectacular, with 10.5 sacks and 25 knockdowns over 2 seasons. But game tape shows a player who consistently pushes the pocket and creates an extremely tough matchup for interior linemen. He's on the verge of a 10-sack season, possibly arriving in 2025. Besides Hurts and Carter, other team members show impressive trade value, like wide receivers A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, making up one of the league's most efficient duos in recent years. Brown, known for his productivity and recent contracts, and Smith, young and promising, both elevate the Eagles' offensive level and are considered essential pieces to maintain this offensive strength. This constellation of stars practically prevents any trade that could weaken the team for 2025. Within this talent-filled roster, players such as offensive tackle Jordan Mailata and cornerback Quinyon Mitchell also have significant market value. They can yield notable draft pick compensations, but management clearly opposes moves that would weaken this backbone of a team that has been consolidating a winning style in recent years. This scenario reinforces the notion that the Eagles aim for stability and continuity. Financial and strategic aspects oscillate between keeping the core and considering reinforcements that bring quick results. Management has already shown its market strategy with the trades of C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Bryce Huff. But the message is clear: the team's biggest stars are protected and have immense franchise value. Balancing competing now and preserving assets is delicate, and the trade value market reflects how respected and feared the Eagles are by other teams. Besides protecting core players, important analyst Bill Barnwell projects high values for athletes like linebacker Cooper DeJean and center Landon Dickerson. This general valuation highlights the roster strength and how hard it would be to dismantle a team built with great technical skill and strategic vision. For the Eagles, this means the bargaining power is on their side. However, nothing guarantees the scenario will remain stable. Internal pressures, on-field performance, and injuries may drastically alter this picture, and it is up to the coaching staff to keep shaping the team to offset any eventuality. The 2025 season approaches, and players' values may become trade currency for necessary adjustments, but so far, evidence shows the franchise's firm commitment to its core. Connecting the search for a qualified safety with preserving the team's stars, we see the Eagles walking a tightrope between reinforcing critical spots and maintaining their successful structure. The challenge is to stay competitive immediately without giving up the future. This tension will define the season's success and possibly pave the way for another title. Final opinion. The Eagles display impressive maturity handling delicate issues like injuries and players' trade value. The possible signing of Justin Simmons shows management is alert and ready to act intelligently, while preserving a star roster capable of keeping the team at the top. This balanced strategy projects a promising future, but demands precise decisions and market speed to avoid openings for rivals. And you, Eagles fan, what do you think about this delicate equation between reinforcing weaknesses and protecting the roster's main stars? How far do you believe management should go to guarantee the title without sacrificing the team's future? Leave your opinion in the comments. We want to know your view. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel to receive deep and updated analyses about the Eagles and the NFL. Your support is fundamental for us to continue delivering quality content. Until the next video.